Salutations, my lords and ladies. Yes, we are back at it again. Yes, we are back at it again. We are doing another movie review. But before I go into it, my dear viewers, let me ask you a question. Do you love psychological films? Do you love weird, unexplained masterpieces made by Osgood Perkins? You're going to love this movie. We're going to be talking about Keeper today, ladies and gentlemen. Keeper today. I am the Connoisseur. You know me. You can call me Emmanuel, E-Man, whatever you want to call me. And we also have the master of cinema, ladies and gentlemen.
Everybody, how's it going?
Yes, sirree. Like always, if you haven't seen Keeper yet, it is in theaters right now. Go check it out. Go check it out because this is going to be a spoiler-filled video like our usual ones. Just letting you know, spoiler warning, just to keep it out there. But until now, we're about to get right into the movie. So, are you excited, Machi? You ready to get into talking about this movie?
I'm excited. I'm ready.
All right, I'm ready too. Let's get after it. This is Keeper reaction video talking about it. Yeah. Let's do it.
It's a review.
Oh, yeah, review. It's a review. Yeah. All right. Machi, first things first. Let's just talk about it. Let's just get to like the nitty gritty. How did you feel watching this movie? Like, hands down. Always like to ask that first.
Well, at this point, I'm used to all the horror movies you've been taking me to.
Woohoo!
And it's very tense, right?
Yeah.
The whole kind of premise, right? Start off with this kind of POV shot from Malcolm, right? Looking at all the victims he's had over the years. And especially from what I remember of the trailers, it's set in a way that you're thinking, who is it that's really the villain? Right? Who is really the villain? It's both these people that don't trust each other in this cabin together. And there's definitely a serial killer aspect to it that you don't know about until you realize there's also a supernatural element to it.
Yep. Would you call it more like science fiction or like more like science fantasy? Like what would you call it?
No, neither. It's classic horror, right? Classic eldritch kind of horror.
Yeah.
With, monster that you can't understand, even because I don't even understand what they do or why they do it.
Yeah. No, I get that. All right. As for me, I mean, definitely I've seen like other movies with Osgood Perkins, like with it. So like I wasn't surprised on how this movie was gonna be. I mean, like we literally saw this I remember like the first time I saw the trailer for it, but it was like the teaser. It wasn't like an actual full blown trailer. We were seeing like The Monkey, another film that like Osgood Perkins worked on, and I remember seeing it at the end, and I was like, oh, this is gonna be interesting, this is gonna be weird. So like actually, and then finally seeing the trailer, and then like you said, yeah, like thinking that it was either gonna be like the guy playing the male role, and then like or the woman playing the female role for the couple, and seeing like who was gonna be the actual villain. But then later we find out like it's a whole other side to this that we weren't even expecting. Like I think like when we were first seeing the movie, the first thing I like kind of whispered to you was like, I feel like this is gonna be like a situation where like it's like a time travel kind of thing. Like he's been like living for a long time. He's had different like lovers from different periods of time, and like this is like this is like his next victim basically. And luckily I was actually I wasn't fully correct because it wasn't really time travel, more of immortality, but it was close. It was close. I had like a little I had a close little guess to it. Yeah. But it was very interesting. Okay, one thing in particular I will say is like first and foremost, one thing I like about this movie is that they didn't overuse jump scares. A lot of times, especially like in like this day and age currently for like cinemas, especially for like psychological thrillers or just thrillers in general, or horror flicks or eldritch horrors, like you're saying, like they love to rack in those jump scares. They love to put as much jump scares in as they can. This movie, however, they didn't just use jump scares. Like they didn't just use jump scares to kind of crutch their movie. They actually like put in like just effort into proper.
It's really funny. Actually, in kind of a reverse way, the characters in the movie were getting jump scared.
That's true. That is true.
So funny. Even by themselves, each other, they weren't expecting someone to be there when they were throughout the whole movie. It was really funny, but it's also very good in the way that it just lets us see, it builds up that the thing is there. Even like the first kind of on-screen death, right, of the model, right?
Yeah.
We see the creature that kills her when it kills her. It's right there. She's sitting right next to it. right up to the moment it drags her up and kills her.
No, for real. No, one thing in particular I was thinking though was, and this is crazy. I honestly thought that like the main heroine, I thought she was the actual monster. Like, you know what I mean? Like, she just didn't know she was a monster yet. Like, I thought this would be like, honestly, when he was like, when hold on, let me actually like start saying the characters' names too, because I want to mess up. Like when Malcolm came into the house, right, and he was talking to Liz, right, and he was kind of like going over like the whole story, the whole plot line. I thought what he was about to tell her is that like they're hunting creatures like her, right? Because then like when she has that like kind of like weird like mind like alteration where she's talking to like the dead model, right, and she's saying like they think you're her, they think you're their children, or like and she was like telling her like I know what you are. Like I was like, oh
Yeah,
she must be
she
a
was
monster.
talking about
Yeah,
how she came back from
like later I
a
realized like
different
what
period of time.
yeah, like later I realized what she was talking about, but at the time, like I'm just going over like initial like theories we had before we actually got to like finish the movie, right? It's like one of my 1st initial theories was that like Liz, like played by I'm gonna mess up this name, my dear viewers, but like you know I'm not good with names, but
Tatiana
Maslany.
Yeah.
Yeah, I butchered it though, but it's whatever. I'm just calling her Teddy. So like when that occurs, right? Like initially I was thinking like she was gonna be the monster. I thought like she was gonna actually be the monster. Like she like or like it was gonna be like a play on words that like she technically was the best thing for Malcolm because like she's also like a killer herself. Like I think that was one of your theories actually. I wanna throw it back to you for a second. I like one of the things you were thinking of is like that she might be actually a killer herself.
Yeah, it was at a point where I was thinking because she has a flash of one of the uh, girls you see in the beginning of the movie that I thought, oh, well, probably it's both of them are kind of serial killers, and that they're both serial killers that found each other, and now it's about who's really going to do the kill of the other person because they most likely both don't trust each other because they're both, bad people.
Yeah. One thing I kind of like about these films, especially when it kind of like goes into like a like out in the woods type of style, like because it reminded this movie reminded me a lot of like when I watched The Watchers, when I watched like Cuckoo, like more like psychological films, where it's like it. Because one of my favorite things about like especially like, movies like this is that like everybody kind of starts acting like it kind of makes like the main character seem crazy for like them like explaining like everything that they're seeing while everybody else is so used to like this crazy like situation that they make the main character feel crazy. I like that kind of stuff. It's like that whole like gaslighting or like that like just like that weird narrative. Like it like I like it when it's like a whole society or like a couple of people are so used to like the monster that like the main character has to go through or like the weird psychological or weird like mental elements, right? And they're regular with it, so they're acting normal, which is crazy, which then drives the main character even crazier because they're like, y'all seeing this, right? This is crazy, right? And everybody's just like, nah, that's just like another Tuesday for me, dig dog. And I love that stuff. That's why I like it in Keeper, because like she's like Malcolm, listen, because she thinks she like originally when she's like crying in that moment where she's like crying and begging him to be like, can we just pretend and go back to like when we never met? Can we just do that? Can we just do that, please? What she is really, I think what she was thinking at first was that he was gonna be the one to kill her. Like she just thought he was acting crazy. But then she realized that no, he's not gonna lay a finger on her. The supernatural element's about to lay a finger on her, and it's like that's what shook me. But I mean, like you already can tell by the way that like the model dies and like how his cousin dies later. I forgot what the name of his cousin was. It was Darren, his cousin Darren. Yeah, like that. I feel like that alone kind of also just like threw me for a loop, but it really grabbed me. Like I enjoy Keeper. Like I enjoyed this movie. That was actually a good vibe. Let me ask you about characters. Like how did you feel about the characters in the movie?
I kind of really liked them. Right, I thought Liz was very compelling throughout, especially the Tatiana's acting was straight superb with Liz. Just the way she was acting throughout the whole movie of and even going forward, just the kind of conversation that she was having with Malcolm about the situations that they're in, even how she's feeling about certain situations, like seeing his cousin bring in a model and the way he's speaking about it and the way he's kind of viewing, like, oh, maybe this is just you brought me out to have sex with me, but you actually have a real wife and stuff back somewhere else, and it's
Yeah.
all like a fake ploy and stuff like that. I really like that, right? I found it really interesting, and especially when it came to Darren, right? This is where it kind of put it in for me that she wasn't supposed to, be there for as long as she was, which was really interesting. But I like him
Yeah.
in general.
One thing I think they also did a good job with was just like the I'm gonna mess up like the terminology for it, but I'm just gonna call it like the visual effects. I really enjoy how they use. Sorry, because I know I'm going on a different tangent. I'll go back to the characters, but I just
Go on,
want
go
to.
ahead. Go.
I just want to go real quick. Is that just something I really want to make sure I mention? How they do like the essence of water, because like the whole concept is like the supernatural beings are like this fish esque eldritch horror, right? From like the story of
Mhm.
like you get the fish on your hook. The fish is like, yo, wait, spare me, don't kill me. I'll grant you 3 wishes, you let me go. So like all these like weird eldritch fish people are like all like ugh and all that stuff, right? But like they when they go into like elements of like the water, like how mesmerized Liz is with like water, like how like the way that she drinks like from the sink, right? Like it looks like a fish out of water, like when she's like drinking from the sink, she's like whoa, oh, or like trying to get as much water as she can when she's like mesmerized by like the creek as she's like looking at like the necklace that she that was there. I mean,
Mhm.
even to a point when she's in the bath, this is the coolest thing I think that they did. When she's in the bath and they kind of have where she's like leaning back and she's like and her like next to the back, and then you kind of see like the creek kind of phase in to like the scenery, so it's kind of like the creek is washing over her as she's in the bath. I thought that was cool. I thought that was absolutely cool. Like that, like it was like seeing the creek like be like envelop her character, like, and it's like to add on to like the emphasis of like water and like the aquatic elements that were in this film. Like
Mhm.
it's interesting. It's interesting. But going back to the characters, one thing you mentioned about like the whole like how you figured out that like yeah she wasn't supposed to be alive. Like I think they did a good job with that too, because there's two moments where like the whole going back to your thing about also like jump scares, when Darren pulls up and he has like a bottle. He wasn't expecting Liz to be there at all. What he was planning on doing was bringing like a drink, kind of like how your friend brings a drink or brings like a couple brewskis or like any kind of like pizza or food or anything to like cheer up somebody after like a breakup, right? But to be
Mhm.
fair, in Darren's case, it's not a breakup. It's just Darren knows that Liz should have been dead by now. But Liz isn't dead, and that's why he's like, that's weird. She should have been killed by now. What's going on? So that's why he has to take matters in his own hands. But then the Eldritch children come in, little fish kids, and they kill him instead, which was cool. But then
Mhm.
even Malcolm comes to the door. That's what had me laughing, because Malcolm's chilling. He's having a good time. He's even singing the song that plays in the first few minutes of the movie, and he's like,
Yeah.
oh, and he's like, his face. You can see it in his face. He's like, why are you still alive? Like, you should
Yeah.
not be here. And like, and I just thought that was interesting. Like that was good. That was good. I like that.
Very funny. It goes on to an interesting thing with the whole fish analogy that Malcolm brings up,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
In a very real way, he's also the fish.
Ooh, talk to me. Talk to me.
He's also the fish. There's this whole scene, right, where he goes and especially the way he talks about this curse on him, that these things they appear in our house, right, and they take these people away from us, right? So we can never. He tried. That's what the whole big picture of the first family. He tried to have this family first, right? It didn't work out. They all got killed, right?
Yeah.
All of them died, but he keeps a memento of all the people in there. But he mourns all of them, and he drinks about them, and he feels sad about it, right? He's the fish. He's asking to be freed from this hook that this outward being has him on, but he doesn't know he can just free himself. Longest time, he just keeps clinging on to life like the fish who's asking to be saved, but he doesn't know he can just let go.
Damn, that's real, dog. He's his own, he's stuck in his own tank. That's actually insane. Yeah, that is true. That is
That's
true.
why they hang him upside down at the end of the movie.
That That was peak right there. That was peak right there. I'm not even gonna cap with you. One thing also that kind of interests me is that like when at the last part where Malcolm's like, I actually like really really liked you, and she's like, and Liz is like, yo, oh, I bet you tell that to all the girls, which I thought was funny because that's literally like that's like a very like commonplace line. Like I thought that was like
Mhm.
a good line drop, but like to be fair, in my honest opinion, I feel like that is actually true. Like I feel like other people think like no. Like Malcolm probably does say that to everybody, but like in my opinion, I think he actually did like Liz like more than anybody. I think like out of all the wives he had, he liked Liz the most because if you go back to it, you see that each one of the girls he's been with before from the different periods of time he's been in for as long as his immortal self has been alive, right? It seems like he always has a falling out with the woman he's with. Like,
Yeah,
they'd be flipping him off. They'd be annoyed when he even shows up. Like it seems like every single one of the girls that he's like liked through like the periods of time he's been in have all kind of just not liked him. I feel like Liz was the only one that like somewhat actually liked him enough to stay around. But like there are even times where he said "I love you" and she kind of like twitched for a second because I know she wasn't ready to say it back, but like she was still into him. She was still attracted to him and she still cared for him, but at the same time she had her own revisions against him, which was fair because he was very shady. He was a very shady
yeah.
guy. Yeah. But like I don't know, I feel like hands down out of all the people he's talked to, Liz was definitely the one that he cared about the most. Cause like and that's why I feel like his part where he's like, and she doesn't believe him, of course. She doesn't believe him, which is fair. But like, I think it did hurt him a little bit. I think it like when I hurt him
Oh,
per
there's a
se.
degree to it where
Yeah, yeah,
sorry.
Machi. Oh,
Yeah,
okay, okay.
there's a degree to it basically in the movie where because Liz reminds him of that she has the similarity to the first woman, the woman that he killed
Yeah,
all that time ago that set off the curse, right?
that is true.
So even to the point where at a certain point she knows that, right? So it's a certain point when he's saying that where she doesn't believe him. She just believes that it's only because of this connection that he saw between that really meant even just drove him to chase after her.
Yeah, it is insane that the fact that she looks exactly like the fish people's mother. I mean, when she was trapped in that basement and they were all just like touching her face and being in awe of her, I knew for a fact they weren't gonna kill her. There's no way. She
Yeah.
looks too much like their mother. But like, it's interesting the fact of like, see, her eyes switched to like how their eyes are. So maybe either they did something to her or like maybe she's just always been built different. Like maybe she's just always been a creature herself. We don't know. We really don't know because I don't believe in like because I don't believe there was like elements of reincarnation into this movie. I don't know, but like maybe she was reincarnated in this movie. Well, what do you think, Mach? What do you think?
I'm thinking, because when the similarities were like two on the spot, obviously same actress, right?
Yeah,
But it is going to a point where it is like a reincarnated thing because unlike all the other women, right? All the other women, they ate the cake, they fell asleep. When she ate the cake, she kept going.
yeah, and then he was like, "I didn't even expect you to eat all of it, because I guess the cake is like roofied and stuff. Like it's basically like it's supposed to put them to sleep so they don't suffer as they die, basically."
Basically, it's the other woman basically giving them an out because it's the other woman, the caretaker with the one with the bag over their head, that's making the cake
Yeah,
and presenting it to the next woman so that she doesn't feel the pain of what's going to happen to her by the kids.
no, for real. You know what's insane though? I'm not gonna because I know. Did you see what the kids looked like when the movie happened? Like, did you actually get to see what they looked like? Because I'm not gonna lie to you, dog. It was that is like body horror to the not to the extremes. I've seen worse, but that was I had to like dude. If I could wash my eyes
Disgusting and
out,
unsettling, yeah.
yeah, like if I could wash my eyes out, I would, dog. That was cause like cause even the head honcho. I'm gonna call him like the big sis of the group or the big I don't even know if it was like if it was a daughter or a son whatever the one with the many heads, well not many heads, she just had
Those are
one
the
head.
women.
Oh well, yeah, that's the woman with the bag over her head. I'm gonna call her the keeper. Like for right now, I'm
Or
gonna
just
call
call her
her
the victims.
or the victim. Well, they're not victims. They're just the kids of her. They're just the kids of her.
No, those. The one with the many heads that had the bag over their head that took the head off. That's all the women that got killed.
Oh, they just all merged together. I thought,
Yes, they
I
all went
thought,
together
I
into one
thought that was,
spirit.
I thought that was one of her kids because it looks just like one of her.
No, 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 no. That's why they had
Oh,
all the faces. They were all the victims.
I just thought that it was like they had all the faces because of like they ate all the different women. So like each time they
Yeah,
eat
that's why they
somebody.
come up to her. No, that's why when they come up to her, they go, "These are your daughters, not me."
Oh, okay. I see it now. I see it now. Okay, I got you. I got you. You know what's interesting though? The
Mm.
kind of like all the faces are melded together, but the face in the center does look like Liz. It does look like Liz. The face in the center does look like Liz, and I thought that was interesting.
Yeah.
That is very interesting. But then like now she is like the head honcho. They asked her to stay and stay she shall. Stay she shall.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess the entire time Malcolm's been living in that area for like the most of his life. And I guess like he makes each person that he like dates live in that area to get eaten by the fish. So I guess because that's
Yeah.
where he found them. So like that house has probably been like renovated and like reestablished each and every time. So like but like he's dead. Everybody is dead and it's just Liz now. I mean, I don't know if she's gonna go back to her life of being human, but like she's gonna do
Definitely not.
something. Yeah, like she might just try. She might help. She might help the fish eat. She might help the fish eat somebody
Well,
new.
the thing is, they don't really need to eat.
They don't, because it
They
seems.
don't.
Well, actually, you know what? I guess you were right about that. Maybe it was just like, well, yeah, because actually, yeah, you are right about that. Because the only reason they were even feeding them in the first place was to get more wishes. Now that like those guys are like donezo, I guess there's no really point to them like needing to get that whole feeding exchange now. I mean, if they want to eat, they can just go out and go get some. I mean, they are quick on it. I'm just glad they didn't do anything with like that long-necked one. Oh, that thing was. That's something that definitely does creep me out. When you have like a long, like a creature with like a neck that can just like raise and like move around, kind of like a snake. I hate that. I hate that, bro. That makes me worried. I like, that's something that like I feel like if I had to choose between a creature that like well, any other creature I would take other than that. Like the whole because to me, I don't know. It just that's something that gets under my skin. That's just eerie to me. Eerie. But I got you. Anything else you want to bring up? Part of like the movie, like any big thing you really want to talk about when it comes to Keeper? Because I just have like one last thing I want to say.
Go ahead for your thing.
All right, one last thing I want to just like bring up is that I find it interesting that throughout the film she like really gets to see like these big visions of like all the deaths that have happened and stuff like that. Like even though she doesn't know that like she's in danger, it's like her entire being understands that she is in danger. Because even like the point where like she's about to like break out crying because of Malcolm's about to leave for the hospital. It's not. I don't even think it's because Malcolm was leaving. I think it's just because like
It's because she thinks he's cheating. That's why. She can tell the story he's giving her about there's a woman in the hospital who was put on in a coma and is going to come out of it. And I got to really be there. She knows it's a bullshit story, and she's sad because she thought this was a really special thing that they were going to have. But she can tell he's lying at this point, and she's really sad that he's leaving. Most likely, what she was thinking was he's going to his real wife to have a day out with his wife.
I got you. But to me, it was just like that is true. But it's like it's more along the lines of like after he leaves. It's like that when it's like she drops the necklace back on herself and she like feel like I'm not like she was feeling like the aura of the entire like building. Like she was feeling everything. Like it literally felt like she must have been on drugs or something. But like no, she was just feeling like the essence of everything that's just happened in that house. That's what I'm saying. Like I a big part of it for me was just like the way in which that like Tatiana does well, and which like just give off that like there's something wrong here. There's something wrong going on in this building, and it needs to be said and it needs to be handled. And I just like that. Like you could tell she just the more she spent there, the worse it got for her mentally. And like the actor did a good job with that. Like that's just like the last thing I want to bring up. Like I just feel like that was good. Yeah. But for you,
I don't really have any ending thoughts. I thought, well, for one, I really like this kind of horror better. I even goes back to the whole jump scare thing. I don't think jump scares are interesting. It's a quick shock value kind of thing, right?
yeah.
But it's really better when you stay with the horror. You build it up. You show it front facing, and you just let people know it's there, and you can't stop it. And that's the scarier part of it,
Hmm.
right? Even with the long-necked woman, it's this slow build up that results ultimately in nothing. But you're scared because you see this monster there, and you know she can't stop that monster.
Yeah, that's what really makes it like worse for you, especially because like not even gonna lie, like the fact that we knew the monster was there and she didn't, but she felt that. You see how they did it, where like because it's like that feeling that like essence or feeling that like I'm gonna just
You're
use
feeling somebody's watching
yeah,
you.
feel somebody's watching you, right? I like how they make her like give that fake like, oh, I feel a chill in the back of my neck because the monster is behind her. So like when she like reaches the back of her neck, I like that. I just like that. That was good. That was a good
Or
touch.
even the kitchen, right? The scene in
Yeah.
the kitchen where there's a monster just standing there. It's in frame. You can see it's in frame
Uh
with its
huh.
clothing, and you can see her not noticing it until she turns around and she freaks out.
Exactly, dog. Exactly. Even like, oh, this one thing. I don't know if it was a reach or not, but I swear to you, if you like when Malcolm is like up on top of the stairs, right, and she's drawing like at like the bottom in like the living room or something like that. I swear to you,
Mhm.
the shawl that the model was wearing was on the couch. I swear to you, it was because
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah.
because that shawl wasn't there before, but after the model dies, it was on the couch, and that's when I knew the model was dead. I was like, "Yep, the model just." Well, I mean, we saw her die, but like that's when I knew
Yeah.
that like things were going on in this house because how in the world did they have that coat?
Mhm.
Yeah. One thing I could tell though about like this is one last thing I want to say too. The differences between how Darren and how Malcolm operate with like the women they choose, you can kind of tell the differences. Malcolm is like that kind of like that like what's the
He's a
term?
romantic.
He's a romantic. He's like a lovesick puppy. That's what I'll say. He's like a lovesick individual, right? He wants like he wants the woman he chooses to be a sacrifice, that their last days to be special. So he's gonna take care of them. He's gonna pay to
Problem
support
also
them.
is that he has a bit of a bleeding heart. He actually cares for the woman that he kills.
Yeah, he does. That's why he doesn't stay when they die. He makes up an excuse and walks out. So he lets the monster kill him so he can be out of frame, out of mind, like keep it out of his head, right? But he knows what happened. But like
Mhm.
Darren on their hand, Darren don't care. Darren really does not care. He could care less. Like he just says, "Hey man, I'm gonna be with this model for a second. Oh, model's dead. All right, bet. Let's go party." Like he literally pulls up with some scotch. He's like, "Yo, hey, look, I know you're sad, man, but it always and like Liz is just like, hey," and he's like, "Liz, why are you still alive?" Like Darren was like, "All right, I guess I'm about to take matters into my own hands." Pulls out the cleaver, gets bodied by the fish he's trying to take care of.
It's even to the point where Darren doesn't remember her name. He doesn't remember the people's names that he kills.
No, he does not. He does not. And I feel like that's like the biggest difference between the two of them too. Like that was interesting. Oh man. All right. Last thing I would like to say though, Machi, is like, so would you recommend this movie to anybody? Like, what would you rate it? What would you rate
I'd
it?
recommend this. I'd recommend this movie about a 7 out of 10.
All right. You know what? I would 100% agree with you because that's the same thing I was gonna say. Highly recommend it for those like Osgood Perkins fans, those psychological thriller fans. Definitely a 7 out of 10 movie for me. Definitely a 7 out of 10 movie for me. I wholeheartedly enjoyed like just watching it and just like enjoying. Not gonna lie, I even enjoyed watching your reactions, bro. Like, like I feel like we were both kind of like about certain parts in that film. Not gonna lie to you, like it was like, there was definitely that eeriness that got to me, man. It was just like.
Hmm.
But that's just what makes it a good movie, man. That's what makes it a good movie. But that has been our review of Keeper, my lords and ladies. Let us know in the comments what y'all thought about the movie. Let us know in the comments what y'all thought about the monsters themselves, those little fish people. Definitely like what grossed you out the most of this film, and just everything else all together. We love hearing from you and just making that community. and making it grow for real. But until next time, my dear viewers, this has been the Keeper Review. I bid you farewell.
And the master of cinema.
Well,
See ya.
and the master of Punchy.
It's,
Peace.